My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series. This one is going to be a playthrough on City Skylines, and we're also going to have a little nod to my first Let's Play series, which was on Transport Fever 2, where we centred around Coventry. So as a little homage to my first series, I'm going to go ahead and call this city Coventry. I've gone for left-hand traffic, as you can see here, because being from the UK, that's what I'm used to. The map I've selected is Foggy Hills. As you can see, we have a decent amount of natural resources, and we also have all connections available to us, as well as a decent, suitable area for building our city. I have all the DLC and the expansions installed, so it should be quite interesting. I've not played this for a few months now, so I may have forgotten a few things, but I'm keen to get started, so without any further ado, let's do just that. Now, the reason I like City Skylines is it reminds me of one of the games that really got me into gaming when I was young as a child, and that was the very famous SimCity 2000. It's a game I played many hours when I was younger, and as I said, it's one of those that really got me into gaming as a pastime. Of the games that I played when I was younger, just for, if you're interested, you might not be, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Civilization, the original one. Colonization, which was a little spin-off from Civilization. What else was there? There was Cannon Fodder, the early Command and Conquer games. And you know what? We've started. I can't think of any of the other games that I played when I was younger, but yeah, gives you sort of an idea as to what I was playing when I was younger. But here we are in our new world. This isn't Coventry at the moment, because all Coventry consists of is two highways. Well, I suppose one highway, because they're one directional, so it's one highway, but two roads, two carriageways. So let's get started and lay the foundations for our city, shall we? Now, my initial starting sort of strategy is I go for a roundabout off of the highway or the motorway, whichever you want to call it, whatever your flavour. So I'll do that now as well. But oh yes, I remember, you have to, there we go, place your first road to unlock extra roads. So done that, and then we want snapping, yes. All that's fine, but we do want curved roads. So if we start by running, not from there, maybe from there, yes, a 10 unit road, like that. Don't extend it any further, we want that to build, that's right. And then if we go 5 and 5 out like that, and then do the same there, across 10, and we'll do the same on this side with the 5 and 5 radius, and that gives us our roundabout. Nice and simple and easy, and that'll help us marshal our traffic in and out of the city off of the motorway. So let's connect that. I know this is not quite a motorway road that I'm using here, but it's good enough. Okay, can't quite come from there, it's a bit too close. Perhaps it doesn't look great. I'll admit it does not look great. However, to start with, it will do the job we need it to do, which is get the traffic off and free flowing. I don't want to have traffic lights, however, so we'll delete the traffic lights there. But what we do want to do is make sure any traffic coming this way is giving way to traffic on the roundabout ahead of them. So what we want is you to give way. Yes, that's right. So the traffic will stop and let other traffic flow round, and once they've got an opening they will pull out. Okay, so now we can start our main city road. Which way do we want to build? Well, we need to be near the water, because we clearly need to have a source of water for this city. So if we head over towards the river, so if we come off from the right hand side of the roundabout, do we want the 4-lane road or do we want the 6-lane road? I'm going to say the 6-lane road because it's you know, it's going to be one of the main arterial roads, isn't it, for the city? You want these to be high capacity. So we'll just take this out, not too far, just towards the river there. And then we want to tap off of this main arterial road with... This is where we'll switch down to a 4-lane road. And we'll have a straight up T-junction like that. It's not a T-junction, is it? It's a 4-way crossing, like so. And then on the one side we'll have our industry, and on the other side we can have our residential area and our commercial zone. So let's drop now to our what are these called? Your 2-lane road, your generic normal road, if you will. And we'll just put a little road in here like this, down towards the river's edge. And this is where we're going to have our first residential zone, just like so. You know, you don't have to have it completely filled in, because you can run paths and cycle tracks between the houses, so I'm going to leave that open intentionally. And then down here we're going to do something similar but for the industry, and this is where we want these to be building out. I'm not going to connect the small lane roads onto the main arterial road. However, we can always put a few paths and, as I said, bike tracks to connect them, so the residents can just quickly come down here if they're travelling by foot, rather than having to walk all the way down here. Right, we're going to need some power generation. I don't like it, but to begin with I am going to use a coal burning power plant. In the not too distant future I'm going to look to replace that with wind and solar and that sort of thing, something a little bit cleaner, but you know, it does kick out a decent amount of power and it is fairly cheap. So to start off with, I will sacrifice a few trees, not to get all ecological or political, of course, that's not the aim of the game here. Anyway, let's just move on. And we want a pumping station and a sewage outlet, and obviously I'm sure you are already aware, but if you're not, you don't want your sewage outlet to be upstream compared to your pumping station, because you're going to have your pumping station pumping up your sewage, and that's going to be coming out of your city's taps and plumbing, and they're not going to like that at all. So if we I'll quickly put this pipe in position. So yes, if you look at when you select your pumping station, you can see these arrow indicators on the river. They show the direction of flow, so as the sewage comes out of here, it's going to flow off down there, and it's not going to get drawn up by our pumping station. Moving on then, we want power lines. The first ones we want to lay in are between the pumping station and the sewage outlet. And then if we run along the back of where our residential area is going to be, like that, and then we want to cut across the main road. Can we cut across like that? No, ooh, almost. Oh, there it is. And then connect it into the shadow area there of the power station. That now means that's all connected. So that's that done. And then we want to put in our residential buildings, where we want our people to come and build their houses. Now, I don't like to have my residents build alongside these 4-lane roads, so I'm intentionally leaving this blank, so people won't build their houses there. However, we will put some commercial buildings in along this little area here, like this, so our residents have quick access to any shopping amenities that may spring up. And then we want to select the industrial zone as well, and we're just going to do a block fill on all of this, like so. There we go. And now our residents, once they start arriving, they also have a place to work. What I am going to do as well, if I can remember how to do it, is delete right click, delete that little strip there, so that in the future we can put in a footpath or a cycle lane, so the residents can just, as I said earlier, take a shortcut onto this road and then they can walk to work. Okay, I think that's everything, maybe. Do I? Oh no, I thought I had infinite no cost. Do I have no cost on? If I do, that wasn't intentional. Or was it just good fortune that saw me finish at exactly $20,000? I'm not sure. If I do have no cost on, I will remove it. That's not what I'm going for here. It's not a recreation build, it is a proper playthrough, a let's play where you have to manage your money. Oh, we have our first residential buildings appearing here on Mason Street. As another nod to the Transport Fever 2 series, I'm going to call this one Bridport Road. There we go. Ashley Street, you can become Morley Avenue. What else have we got? Reed Avenue, you can become Derby Road. All little nods to the Let's Play Transport Fever 2. So why is what? No, that. Can we get rid of the tree? There we go. Don't want a tree in the middle of the road. Absolutely not. So anyway, now that we have no more issues with trees, I hope. But we do have rocks in the road. Were they always there? Did I miss them? That is strange. Get rid of them. I don't know why it is doing that. There's a couple here as well. What we have here, one there. I find that very bizarre. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's continue on. I forgot what I was talking about now. Completely lost my train of thought. Thank you, tree. Thank you, rock. So let's just accelerate a bit of time and wait for things to take shape. So we can see on our RCI indicator here we have a small demand for commercial, which is dropping. The demand for industrial is increasing, but they haven't built anything yet, so I'm not going to react to that just yet. They should. Oh, here we go. Look, we have our first industrial areas dropping in now. Just want to check our power grid situation, make sure everything is connected. Indeed it is, perfect. So everywhere has power, and I do also believe everywhere has water. Yes, they do. So that's their basic amenities taken care of. We haven't unlocked anything like healthcare or the emergency services or education or parks or public transport, but in the future that's something we're going to have to deal with. Here we go. Look, we can see the traffic utilising our roundabout, heading off to the residential area there. Very nice, very busy. What do we need? Do we need more residential area? It looks like we do. It's hovering around there. In fact, it's increasing ever so slightly. So let's go ahead and meet their demand. And we'll curve this back around like so, to around about there. And then if we take this road and bring him out a little bit further, we can then connect this into here for a second access point into this little residential district. Not there, there we go. And then we'll have a little sort of cul-de-sac area over here for our new residents to build their new abode. There we go, that will do, I think. Yes. And I'll also provide an access point there as well. And in fact, you can just do a full loop around on yourself, like so. Perfect. Let's get some water out here. Because if we don't, when the new residents arrive, they're not going to be happy. You know, they'll be sat in their houses, dying of thirst, while their neighbours next door are just sat there spraying hose pipes at each other just out of spite and making a mockery of them. So let's make sure they've got water as well. Here we go. Yep. Again, we're not gonna zone against the main road. Just like that. There we go. We keep that for commercial. How are we doing on our milestones? I can't remember. Oh, is it? Oh, here it is. So the first milestone is a population of 440. 11 to go. 7. There, oh, it's dropped a bit. We're about to hit it, and that will give us some new unlocks. What do we have? We can set our taxes. We can take loans. We can provide a garbage service, healthcare, and education. And here are the buildings that we've unlocked as well, within those 3 categories. So what do we want to provide first? I think the most important thing is actually garbage collection and waste disposal, because no one wants to live in a house where there's trash piling up outside. So we'll go for waste disposal and we'll put it here. Again, I've gone for landfill initially. In the future we'll swap out to recycling centres, but for now we just want the quick and easy solution, which is the landfill. We can see our trucks out on the way. Stop, let me click you. Here we are down at ground level, heading through our new city. Oh. It's a very bright and vibrant theme, I quite like it. It kind of balances that. I wouldn't say it's realism, but it's not. It's also not. It's not actually cartoony, is it? Really, it's somewhere in the middle almost. But it's very nice. I can and often sometimes do spend a lot of time just trailing around a vehicle or a resident and getting a proper view of the city, the view that they're having. Anyway, stop. There we go. Okay, so we have 20,000, so we could afford to put down some healthcare as well. Now we have 2 different designs. We have that design and this design. As you can tell, they are identical in every way except for their appearance, so I'm going to go for this one for no good reason other than I want to. And we'll put that, I'm going to put it there, I think. No, over here. There we go, lots of happy faces. We've got a medical clinic available to them now. Could we also afford a school at this point? We could. And again, 2 different designs, but they are identical in terms of cost and functionality. So I'm going to go for what I would say is a more... Is it European, that one? I'm not sure. If I'm going to go for that one, why not? Now, if we just zoom out a bit, we want to make sure we have a decent catchment here. That pretty much covers all. You can see by the shaded green roads. So we'll place that there. Excellent. Now, as you remember, we did unlock taxes as well. How are we doing at the moment in terms of budget? Is that total expenses yet? Total income, so we're just about in profit, as we can see, only by about $100. So we can adjust all of our budgets here, and you can even do it by a daytime budget and a nighttime budget. Here are the loans which we can take. We only have one available at the moment. These unlock a bit later. And here's the tax screen where you set your tax rate per residential area, commercial and industrial. Given that we're still making a profit, there's no need to change that just yet. I would like to reduce it to encourage a bit more growth, but at the same time I don't want to start running a deficit. Okay, moving on, we do have more commercial demand, so we'll zone another strip just there. And again, what I'm going to do quickly before they start building is just get rid of these bits here, and I'm going to say here as well, because in the future I'm going to have footpaths and cycle lanes connecting these roads here to the main road here. Yep, that should do nicely. So we're up to 555. Our next milestone is 900. That unlocks a new area and a few other things which we'll look at as and when the time comes. For now we just need to wait for our city to develop and to grow. We still have demand for residential, but I think, oh no, we do have unclaimed zones, so let's put some, sorry, we don't have any unclaimed zones, we need to put more zones down, so let's do that. We'll put a few like so, and then I don't want to go all the way up there because I'd like to have a road coming off at this point. Perhaps change my mind, I'll put the road here, just so there's a bit more space between the junctions, and that's just to prepare for the next block of residential buildings that's going to be required in the not too distant future. What we also want to do is think about extending over this side of the main road as well. So again, we'll put a little marker down, so to speak, with our roads, like that, so we know where we're heading and what we're working with. And in fact, what I'm going to do, we still have a, no, I'll wait to see what happens with these zones here before I put down more residential. So for now, let's just set the speed back to 3 and see how things play out now. As you see, the commercial demand has dropped off. The residential still remains just a fraction, but it is decreasing. Whether it drops, oh no, it's going back up again, as is the industrial, as is the residential. The blue one. I'm just going to call it the blue one, the commercial. Don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Anyway, let's put some more districts in over here. We're a bit tight for cash actually, so we may just have to wait a moment. A building has leveled up. If you provide good services and education and have a high land value, the zoned buildings in your city can be improved to higher level buildings. Higher level buildings pay more taxes and house more people or offer more jobs. Pollution is reduced in higher level industry. There we go then. So which building was it? This one? It was. We can see here the level bar. This is the Holly residence. Can we see who lives in it? No, I thought you could. I mean, you can see a breakdown in terms of education and their age group, but there's no actual list of the names of the residents. That would have been nice to know, you know, a bit of a personal touch, so to speak. Where are we? Okay, we want to go ahead and build this now. We have a bit more money available. We also want to put one down the middle here, provided it's affordable, just about. Okay, so a lot of demand for residential areas now, so I'm going to slow the game down back to its normal sort of speed and then start zoning over here. I am aware I haven't done the water connection yet. That will be done shortly. So we'll do that and that and that, like so. Could we afford to lay the water pipes at this point? We could do some. However, we're not going to reach all of them. We need aim for about 800, and then we should be able to put this pipe in for any residents that build up in this upper part, topper, it's not a topper, upper. Learn to English and all of that good stuff. Anyway, there we go. Now they have water, they have power already, I know that for a fact. We need more commercial, so we'll take care of that. Where's our, oh no, that's the wrong one. There we go. And we'll have a small strip of commercial down like there. And then we'll put some bigger commercial lots here and here. And then another strip of small and a final large strip there. Which is filling all these little gaps that we have missed. We don't want anything there, that's useless. and we'll once again let time pass us by as our city starts to take a bit more shape. Okay, something about flooding there on the old Twitter sphere. Oh, we have 900, worthy village. So as I said, we've unlocked a new map area to purchase. We've also unlocked districts, policies for the districts, a second loan, specialisations and service policies. We also have emergency services, the police department and some unique buildings, and we can do some specialisations as well. Here's the new buildings: fire station, police station. Very good, very good. We also got a cash bonus of about 20,000. Let's go ahead and use that to buy us a fire station, and we'll put the fire station here like so. Can we afford a police station as well? No, we cannot. We need 12,000, so we're not far off, but we're not quite there. And if we now go to the map view, we can see these 4 tiles here are the ones we could purchase. How much do they cost? 3,500. I'm going to go ahead and do it straight away. Reason being, our commercial area here was butting up against the end of our map as was, so we needed a bit more space to put some more industrial zone over here. We could also probably get away with a forestry area, I think, and we have what's the word? Fertile land here where we can put a farming district as well. But I think that's the sort of thing we'll do in episode 2. Speaking of which, I think we'll call this a day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're looking forward to the series. I'm looking forward to it. As I said, I've not played this in quite a while, so there may be things that I miss or I don't quite do correctly, and if that's the case, feel free to correct me in the comments below. I do read them and I do reply to them where I can. So yes, if you did enjoy the video and you are looking forward to the series, let me know, hit the like button. And if you haven't done already, you may consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell as well. But for now, all that remains for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, take very good care of yourselves. Ta-ta for now.